Welcome to Fabulous Fascia. Feeling your feet on the earth, softening your knees, letting them bend, and at the same time pushing up. We have down and up. Sense of elastic as we play with our fascia today. Then we'll take this out to the sides. Forwards and back. And our diagonals. So this sense of elasticity as we explore the fascia that coats, envelopes in our body, different systems for protection and for communication. We're taking our stance a bit wider. So fascia covers the muscle fibers. I'm going to bend. The feel of these muscles. The fascia supporting their elasticity. But it also covers the bones. And if you take your hands to your shins, and then we bend again. We come up, turn for our warrior 2. Then the front arm comes up and over. The back arm joins the front arm. We're going to come down to a lunge. Then from the lunge, we hop the foot in. The other leg lengthens. Hands to the shins, and we find our extended spine here for the pyramid. And then all the way back up. Ready to explore again. So you have this sense of muscle bending, lengthening, sliding down to the shins, or you might even want to go, if it's available, hands to the floor, feel the bones of the hands, and bend again. We come up and we are turning in the other direction. We bend. We arc. We come back into a lunge. We're going to hop the back foot in, come to the shins, and reach out through the spine for pyramid. And then back up. So fascia is under our skin. And have a rub, a brush of the exposed skin of the arms. Fascia also will cover the nerves, and we're starting from the crown, a sense of the peripheral nerves, and we're going to brush down the front. Come up the outside. And then if you take your hands where you can reach down the back. Roll back up. We're softening the knees. I'm going to turn. We're connecting into the central nervous system, so that's the brain and the spinal cord, and we're just letting the tailbone here just rock. And this will stimulate, hopefully, the spinal cord from here that goes up to the brain. Enveloped in fascia. And this takes us now into another flow that is expressing more the blood vessels, which are also covered, coated in fascia. We're taking the right heel and it lifts up. The toes and the ball are still there, and we change, 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 leaving the left up. The left one then will take you back. And we have a warrior one. From here, we are then going to take it down. Take the hands down. And with the left arm, just see if you can start to circle it round. Coming back up. We're finding our blood flow here. And then I'm going to come back, bend the back leg, and reach on a high diagonal. And then I'll turn, ready to go again. So this time, the left heel is up. This leg is coming all the way back. Coming down. It will be the right arm this time. It's circling. We're going to use it to help us come back up. We have a sense of fluidity. Then the back leg bends. We're on a high diagonal. And come back out and release here. So taking a moment, standing in stillness. Maybe things have changed from when you first started here in this position. Let the toes perhaps have a little wiggle. The fingers. And now we're going to transition down onto hands and knees. So I'll be a little bit longer than you because I need to adjust my camera and take a drink. So we're weight shifting. We're shifting the weight, hands, lower legs, knees. And at the same time, we're trying to push into the surfaces of our torso. We're taking a pause here. We're coming to the sense of elastic again. With the right leg and the left arms, we're reaching them out. You might stay on the floor. You might lengthen them out. But the sense of, or a combination, how can this be elastic for you? Have a pause here before we try the other side, which will be the right arm and the left leg. So again, you can slide out and in. You could lift out and in. Now we have the downward dog with a variation. We come up and we're walking through the feet, but we're also just seeing if we can mobilize our torso as well. And then bring that all the way back down and up. Here we're giving a little shake out. And we're going to let the left leg now come forwards here. So with the left leg forwards, we are taking the left arm back. We're then coming up into a twist. And we come back down. We're bringing the right arm to the left outside of the leg, reaching back, really feeling through the muscles, the bones here. Fascia covering. Then the hands come back down. We're into a balance. We're now taking this leg and it's coming out. The right arm scoops under. So we know the twisted child. If you're able to lift the top arm, you might want to try to place the palms together. You can stay here for added stability. It might be possible to bend the elbows. And a few videos ago, we did this without the leg extension. And then we come back down. Come back up. And bring that leg in. All the way back up. Circling the wrists this time. And then changing to the other side. So we'll slide the hands to the left side so that right leg can come through. And then coming up. And to take that arm back. Take the other one down and see if you can curl the toes under. And we'll find a twist. Back leg or knee comes down. We're back up. We're bringing the opposite hand then to the outside. Having a reach through there. And both hands are down to free that right leg into a balance. So it can be a parallel one, it could be a turned out one. This leg then comes out. we're going to take the left arm, scoop it through. So you might stay here. If it's accessible, top palm might come to lower palm. You may even bend at the elbows. And then gently finding your way out of this. The leg comes in. So I'm going to a low kneeling position. You might be more comfortable with a high kneeling position. We're coming back to the skin with fascia underneath it, a very light layer. And then the peripheral nerves starting at the crown. I'm going to brush down. I will have to come up, I think, for this. All the way down the front. Then up the sides. And down the back. From here, finding a comfortable high child with the forehead rested. For the central nervous system, I'm going to take the tailbone, I'm going to push, so we roll lightly onto the crown, pull back, so we lightly come to the forehead. So a few rocks here, rocking through the central nervous system. The next time that you are rested on your forehead, find some stillness. And then we'll slide the hands up and in. We have another flow on hands and knees. This one emphasizing more the blood vessels. We have the hands a little bit wider. We're bending at the elbows and scooping through. 1, 2, and 3. This is going to then, with the hands to the right, bring us with the left leg up. You're going to lose my head, or most of it, and then we're into this wave-like movement. And we're going to bring the arms back. We're going to lengthen through the torso. We're bringing the left shoulder down towards the knee, into this peaceful warrior. From here, we're softening back, down. Hands return to the right. We're going to bring this leg back. We have some waves through the torso. Then, high kneeling. The left arm is going up and back. The right arm then comes up. Curl the toes under, hand to heel for this half camel. And come back. The left leg is coming back behind the right, or some kind of configuration there. Have a rock. I'm just moving forwards a bit because I realise I'm going to, in a minute, be too far over to one side. So you can stay with the rock, or you can stay, lean back as far as is comfortable. Some of you from here might be able to walk yourself into sitting and bring the hands up. So you've got prayer hands, they're slightly bent. And we'll bring those hands to the heart and come and join those of you that are in this position. We come out, I'm swiveling to be visible on the other side. So we start with hands a little bit wider. We bend at the elbows, scoop through. 1, 2, and 3. From here, the hands come across to the left, so the right leg can come through. We're finding a wave-like movement. Then the arms are coming back. We're lengthening through. So the back toes could be rested down. They could be curled under. And then the arms coming to support. So we can bring this leg back. We have a few ripples through the torso. And then curl the toes under, high kneeling, right arm up and back, left arm up, coming possibly to connect with the heel, finding your half camel, releasing out. Bringing now the right leg behind the left, having rock here. And then possibly for some of you, you're able to come back in sitting. If that's not right, come back as far as is comfortable. Find a still place. The arms then, if you're in sitting, can come up in prayer. We bring that down to the heart. And then from the heart, we come to join everyone else who's in this drawn back position. Finding your way out of this. And we're coming right down onto our fronts. This time, for our sense of elasticity, we have our arms reached out. You might lose my fingers. We're going to, either with the forehead down or lengthened through the neck with the forehead up, we're going to slide the left arm and leg away from each other and then the right. So you have a sense of elasticity from one side to the other side. We take a pause. We're still with these elongated arms, but we're going to use them to slide into a sphinx. So we slide in, draw the abdominals, the gluteus muscles, and then we're up. And then we're sliding back. So play with this. Then the next time that you're in the Sphinx, settle here. So as well as a sense of elasticity, we brought in now a sense of muscle and bone. You need the bone to take the weight and the muscle to move the bones. We're going to add into this by lifting through the arms or by raising the elbows. So that's the upper body. I'm going to rest the head. You'll probably be on the forehead or the cheek to have visibility of the camera, possibly the cheek. But when you do the movement, you might want to change back. So we have sliding and raising the legs. So we're going to slide one, let it rise, lower. Slide the other, let it rise and lower. Take a pause. Then we are letting both legs slide and rise and see if we can create a swimming motion. But the legs stay straight and they're just wiggling up and down, similar to how you might do in a certain swimming style. And then we'll soften back. For the central nervous system. So remember, the fascia will be covering or surrounding the brain and the spinal cord. We'll take our forehead onto our hands and just let our heads gently roll from side to side. We'll let that settle. then with the chin, let the chin draw down a little to the chest and release. We have some nods. Come to stillness. And then with the tailbone raises and lowers to create movement through the central nervous system, so the spinal cord ending in the middle back area between the second and the third lumbar vertebra. And then we'll let that settle. We're taking now our left hand. The palm is down, which makes the elbow up. The right cheek on the right hand, so facing this arm. We're going to push through this hand and arc or spiral up and down. So 3 times. And on your 3rd time, stay there. Let the leg of that side bend so that you might stay there. And you might be able to reach the arm behind. You might be able to take hold either with a pointed-ish foot or a flexed foot. You might be able to lift up a little into the half boat. And then we come back down. So the other side, that we might left cheek this time on the left hand, right palm down, right elbow up. We're going to push through. You might want to draw in the abdominals and the gluteus muscles to help this. Come up and down. On your 3rd one, if it's comfortable, stay there. The same leg as arm comes up. You might stay with this. You might reach back. It may or may not touch. You might choose to flex. You might choose the point. You might lift a bit higher. Just see what's available for you. And then we're back down. We're going to bring back the Sphinx. I'm going to bend the legs, flex the feet. So this can be our bow. Some of you might be able to lift up through the chest, draw the arms back. Some people might be able to take hold in some way. Some may be able to draw in the gluteus and the abdominal muscles and come up. And then we gently find our way out. Feel our connection with the earth. And then from this yield to the earth, we'll find our push into a selected child position. So whatever child position suits you. Here you might be able to tune into the breath, how it might be creating movement in your body. And then from here, making your way to a comfortable-ish sitting position. Well, I hope it's comfortable with the legs bent. Do I need to come back a bit? Yes, I do need to come back a little bit here. So our elasticity again. We're going to start with forwards and back. And then side to side. Let the legs lengthen a little. So we're going to have the knees bentish, and then as we push up, we'll lengthen them out. Then we'll come in with that bentish position and diagonal. So we'll come on to one diagonal, bend in and out. And then we'll change it to the other diagonal. And back. So the fascia is giving us firmness, yet it is mobile. It has a fluidity. It's like a semi-fluid. This lovely elasticity. We have a flow to take on board the fascia around the bones and the muscles. So we're starting in a half boat with the arms up. So you might stay here, or you might want to lengthen the legs. If they're lengthened, bend them back, we'll come through. We lengthen them forwards, we lace the fingers. We bring that into a fold. We release the fingers. They are sliding back. They're coming behind. We're lifting up. We might stay here. We might push more into the hands and the heels and lift all the way up. And then we are coming back down. We are taking the knees to the left, either close together, either 90-90, or if you need to, let the leg extend. From here, we have these bent arms, and we're compressing the energy in and back. Power through our muscles. Then the left hand is coming down. The right long crosses through. You can stay in the reach, or you might want to lift all the way up. If I stay here too long for you, please come down. And then I'll bring it all the way down. And we reorganize to do it all again on the other side. So we have this half boat there. I'm going to take the arms up. We can either stay here or we can extend the legs. And we bring them back. Take a moment there before we land them and lengthen. Lace the fingers together. Come into a fold. We release the hands, the fingers. They slide back. We have a support here. We lift on through. So you might stay here or you might come all the way up. And then we bring that down. The knees this time take us to the right. We're either close together, 90-90, or that leg is extended. You have these bent arms, sometimes called cactus arms. And then we press in the energy. The right hand comes down. We reach through. We can stay here or we can come on up. Again, if I'm here too long for you, come down. And then find your way back down. And we're going to return to the bent leg-ish position. And connecting with the skin. Imagining the fascia, this connective tissue. If you pull apart pieces of a chicken, you can see this whitish substance. Or if you watch someone else do it. And we have this under the skin. We also have it covering the peripheral nerves. So let's come down the front, imagining all those nerves. Then up the outside. And then down the back, obviously, where you can reach. From here, we are coming into a comfortable position. You might want to lengthen your legs out. I've crossed mine, but that's a personal preference. From here, we are cat-cowing. So we're just drawing the torso back, bringing it forward. Your hands could just as easily be on the mat. And then from here, we circle the shoulders back. We're going to link the thumbs behind. The hands may rest on the floor. They might be off the floor, whatever suits you. Get that reach through the skin of the arms, shoulders, the hands. Releasing. And our final flow. So the legs now, your comfortable wide-ish position. So this is for the blood vessels. It's a little bit fluidy. We are bending the knees and waving the arms very subtly, nothing big. The left leg is bending in. We're taking the arms over into prayer. So I'm just bending mine so you can see there. Coming up a little bit higher for a moment. And now taking it down to the crown, to the heart. And then we're taking both arms over to the left, coming into semi-sitting support position. The top leg is coming out and having a little circle here. Let it circle the other way. And then we'll bring it down and in to rest. So the upper limbs with a sense of elasticity. So you have your support here and through this one, we're going to take the leg up, but we're going to lose the support. So we have now the knee and the elbow. Then we're extending them out, bringing them in. So you'll come to a point where you can possibly feel lengthening through the torso. We come back. So you might choose to stay just as you are and repeat it. There might be some of you that have quite a lot of strength in the upper body. And if that's so, you might want to do it on a lift. So you lift up there and then we do it again. So it's not for everybody. We bring that down. You kind of tip it up. Find the classical butterfly position. Again, your knees could be anywhere. Whenever you've found it, just take that into a soft fold. From this curled in place, we're then extending out into the wide again. And waves of blood. This is a bit more like the deoxygenated blood. We're going to this time bring the right knee into a bent position. The arms are coming up, palms together. We then bring these hands to the crown. From the crown to the heart. And then from the heart to our semi-sitting position. But the top leg lengthens out. Now it could be that you have it level. You might need it lower or higher, whichever one you've chosen. I have a few leg circles one way And a few leg circles the other way. And bring that in for a pause. So we're coming now to stay with the support on the one arm and bringing the upper elbow and knee. And we're lengthening them out and in, out, in, out, in. One more time. And back. I do need to slide down a little bit on this side. So once more, you can stay low down here, which probably most of you will be, but some people might have that lift up. Whichever you've chosen, elbow, knee, and back, down. We'll find our way in the butterfly, wherever your knees are, and then into a soft fold. Finding your way out of the folded butterfly. Let the arms and legs reach out. The toes have a bit of a wiggle jiggle, as do the fingers. Wiggly, jiggly, jiggly, wiggly. And then we'll let that settle a moment. And find our comfortable position to end the session. So see what feels good for you. From here, we're growing up through the central nervous system and down. So up to the sky, down to the earth. We're going to just allow, with this reach up and down, some movement in the torso. How would it like to move? Does the torso have a level of elasticity? And then we'll let that settle. We'll come to the shoulders and just see how elastic your shoulders or our shoulders can be. So we can move up and down, forwards and backwards, side, side. On diagonals, we can spiral around. The shoulders sitting at the top of the torso and to the upper back of the torso with the shoulder blades. And then still reaching up, to the sky, down to the earth, coming to bring the palms together, connecting with the heart, closing the eyes and listening to your bodily sensations. So you might feel the vibration of your heartbeat. You might feel movement that's created through the flow of your breath. There might be tingles and twitches. Some places may feel comfortable and other places less comfortable. At the same time as the internal environment, we have the external one. And you'll be able to feel the air on your skin. What's the temperature like for you? You'll be able to hear the sounds in your room. The sound of me. Maybe sounds outside your room within where you live, or further afield in the garden, in the street. And then we softly open the eyes, refreshing the light, colour, textures and shapes of our external environment. Thank you for sharing. Fabulous fascia. So making your adaptation, you might choose to stay and rest here. You might need to find some way of transitioning to whatever follows. You could come back to the skin, give yourself a rub and wake up. So thank you once again for sharing the session with me. Thank you.